What's up, my guys, and welcome back to the Wrestling Report Card. I'm your host, Cody, and today we're going to be going over the October 24th edition of Monday Night Raw. We're going to take each match, each segment, I'm going to break it down, give it a letter grade, and at the end, I'm going to give this show its own report card. So, not only do we have the likes of Finn Balor taking on Karl Anderson, you had Elias returning, taking on Chad Gable, and you had Baron Corbin, who's aligned with JBL. He took on Johnny Gargano. And then, in the main event, you got Bianca Bel-Air defending her title against Bayley. And we're just going to get into that later, because if I get on that note already in this show, I'm going to quit. And my TV may or may not be through my window right now, but no need to focus on that. Let's stay with the positives. So without further ado, go ahead and buckle up your seatbelts. And let's get to great. Starting us off tonight, we got the Judgment Day in the ring. And first things first, Dom needs to chill with all this Eddie Guerrero talk. I mean, he's talking about that he's this generation's Eddie Guerrero. No, he even said that Eddie Guerrero was his generation's Dominic Mysterio. Like, yo, you gotta chill. But AJ Styles came out, and I think he hit the nail on the head when he said, you're not this generation's Eddie. You're this generation's James Ellsworth. We then got the OC in the ring, squared off against the Judgment Day. Finn Balor gets on the mic and brought up the fact that all of them ate off of Finn Balor's plate because he was the one that founded the Bullet Club. Wait, can I say Bullet Club? They wasn't saying it last night. You know what? It's my channel. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Anyways, Abs Anderson gets on the mic. He said, Finn, let's clear this ring, and why don't me and you go ahead and run this fake? We ring the bell, and Anderson is just going to town on Balor's left knee. Before we went to the break, he landed his spine buster, and when we come back, it's Anderson again, this time with a running powerbomb. He even went on to hit a flying neck breaker and a superplex, but even that wasn't enough to keep Balor down. A brawl outside of the ring ensued, and just when you thought the big LG Luke Gallows was the last man standing, Rhea Ripley picked that big sumbitch up, and she power slammed the 300-pounder. Okay, Rhea, I see you, and she wasn't done there. We go back in the ring with the ref still busy with Dom in the corner. Rhea snuck up behind Anderson and hit the machine gun right in his bullets, right in the pellets, which ultimately gave Finn the chance to get the 1, 2, 3. I'm giving that an A. Not only was that a great match between the two former Bullet Club members, but we witnessed Rhea Ripley pick up and power slam a 300-pound grown man. I tell you what, we got to keep it moving though, because next up, we got The Miz in the ring, and then we see that none other than NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr. is in the crowd, and The Miz was mad that the attention wasn't on him. He claimed that he could beat Dale in a race in his Tesla. I mean, this guy is insane. He then turned his attention to the truth as to why Dexter Lumis has been stalking him. He claims Lumis is jealous that The Miz chose Tommaso Ciampa over him. Then Johnny Gargano came out and said, no, Miz, tell the real truth or I'm going to blow the whistle. Like literally, he had a whistle. And he said, I will tell the truth. Speaking the truth, out came none other than R-Truth. The Miz then crossed the line when he talked about the mac and cheese from Charlotte. This pissed Truth off so much that he called out The Miz and his deflated balls to a match. I can't say I blame him though, because when it comes to mac and cheese, I'm a pretty passionate guy myself. Enough about that though, on to the match, and we have R-Truth paying homage to his childhood hero, John Cena, but The Miz put the brakes on it when Truth went for the 5-knuckle shuffle, and just when it looked like The Miz was going to pull it off, he starts yelling for security. The camera pans over, and there's a masked man with a hood and gloves on in the front row. During all this, R-Truth snuck up behind The Miz for the roll-up, and he got the 1, 2, 3. By God, after the match, the hooded man goes to unmask himself, and it wound up being Johnny Gargano, who thought this was a lot funnier than old Mike Mizanin did. I tell you what, R-Truth finally got a win, baby. I'm giving that a B. The fact that both of these men can still put on a great match in 2022 speaks on both of their longevities, and these two are the perfect two guys to put over these or any upcoming NXT folk. Next up, we got Austin Theory taking on Mustafa Ali. Before we even get to the start of this match, out came Seth Rollins in Becky Lynch's ring gear. However, we find out that the United States Champion will be on commentary for this match. It's getting to a point that we have to push Seth Rollins to the moon. Not only was this crowd singing his theme song throughout the match, we even had a We Want Seth chant break out during the match. Now, Theory was in full control until this goofball tried to climb the ropes and take a selfie on the top rope mid-match, and Ali grabbed him and sent him crashing down. Ali then started going off as he hit a roll-up neckbreaker, followed by a tornado DDT. However, when he went for the second tornado DDT, Theory caught him mid-air, hoisted it up, spun him around, and hit a nasty neckbreaker. Ali answered with a backstabber, but as he climbed up for his splash, Seth Rollins distracted the ref, which allowed Theory to knock Ali off the rope. He immediately hit the A-Town down, and Theory gets the 1-2-3 over Ali. After the match, Seth went on an all-out assault on Ali, but he didn't do enough. As Seth was walking off, I thought another fan done came down and attacked Seth, but no, it's Ali out of nowhere who let Seth know, hey, this is going to take more than that to keep me down, my guy. Like him or not, you can't deny that Theory can go in the ring. I'm giving that a B+. And long-term fantasy booking here for Cody, but I really hope that Seth Rollins is the one to eventually dethrone Roman Reigns and take those titles off of him. But until then, Seth as the United States champion is definitely what's best for business and one of the best things going in professional wrestling right now. Next up, you got a 4-on-1 handicap match. That's right, you heard 4-on-1. But the odd thing about this is that the 4 guys in this match are the ones who have the disadvantage as they're up against the 400-pound Omos. I tell you what, Omos ran through these 4 like they were the Cleveland Browns D-line. And I hope all 4 of their mamas can get a good rate on coffins, because mama, your baby boy ain't coming home. Omos got the 1-2-3 on Jeff or Jim. I didn't even catch their names. I'm going to give that a B-. I do agree with a lot of people in that we need to give Omos a win over somebody of some value moving forward. But ahead of his big match against the monster of all monsters, Braun Strowman, at Crown Jewel, this is exactly how we need to book Omos. Just make him look like an absolute dog. Next up, you got the return of Elias. He's taking on Chad Gable, and with a lot of worries about ring rust for Elias after not competing for over a year, I guess those sparring sessions with his little brother Zeke paid off, because my guy was hitting the Olympian with all kinds of suplexes. Elias then went for his patented mule kick twice, but Gable countered both times, once with an ankle lock and once with some sort of modified DDT thing. Gable tried to follow up with his moonsault, but Elias damn near knocked my guy's head off with a beautifully placed knee. After taking out Otis on the outside, Elias came back in, hit his spinning neck breaker, and he got the 1-2-3 in his return. After the match, the Alpha Academy went on to beat down Elias until the bro, Riddle, came out and put an end to all of that as he laid out both Otis and Gable. I'm going to give that a B-. Good match in his return, but I will say that ending felt a little bit rushed. Like, I don't know if it was just me, but it didn't seem like that crowd was into it at all, especially for being his return. Speaking of returns, after seeing him live last week in Oklahoma City, we got JBL. He gets on the mic, and once again, he somehow find a way to drag OU, which I find hilarious, because as an Oklahoma State fan, I agree 100% with JBL. He then introduces his guy, Baron Corbin. Out he comes. Out comes Gargano, and let's get this sumbitch started. JBL joined the commentary team, and he doubled down on his take that if Gargano was around in the Attitude Area, he would have carried JBL's bag. I mean, JBL was going in on Johnny Wrestling. Right before the break, Corbin grabbed Gargano and sent him crashing on top of the announce table. Afterwards, Corbin continued to roll. Then Gargano struck with his springboard spear. Corbin answered with a fall-away slam. Corbin again with a deep 6. Gargano kicked out. Gargano landed with a super kick. Corbin then went to clear the announce table, carefully moving JBL's cowboy hat, but after a second super kick, Gargano got on the table, he grabbed that hat, he put that sumbitch on, but as Corbin was busy with the ref, JBL grabbed his commentary mic, ripped it off, walked up, and tripped Gargano on the apron, allowing Corbin to grab him, and he hit the end of days, giving Corbin his second win since coming back and returning with JBL last week. I'm giving that a B+. I like that. And like him or not, Baron Corbin, he puts on match in and match out. Plus, pairing him with JBL is perfection, my guy. But hey, that's enough talk, because it's time for the main event. You got Bianca Bel-Air defending her Raw Championship against Bayley, and I don't think it's possible for these two to have anything less than a great match. I tell you what, Bianca makes everything she does looks easy, and she's out there literally throwing grown-ass women around week after week. So we come back from the first commercial break to Bayley suplexing Bianca from the apron onto the announce table. Bayley also did a great job throughout this whole match attacking the left arm of the champ. Bayley set the champ up for her own move. They KO'd, but Bianca countered, and then Bel-Air returned the flavor by hitting Bayley with her Bayley to belly. After Bayley kicked out, it's both ladies in the middle of the ring just throwing down. After EO caused a distraction, Bayley met Bianca on top of the ropes and hit her with the avalanche Bayley to belly. But Bianca is the champ for a reason. After she kicked out, she got up and laid out both of Bayley's cronies, and then, I swear, Vince McMahon must have snuck in the building and wrote the ending to Monday Night Raw, because out of nowhere came Nikki. We were even taking last names away. That's how much Vince McMahon had his hand in on this. Nikki came out, laid everybody out outside of the ring, including Bianca. This allowed Bayley to get the roll-up. She gets the 1, 2, 3. She's the new champion. And then, not only does Bianca Belair lose, but the lady that beats Bianca gets whooped in the ring as Nikki, whoever, came in and then just started beating down Bayley. Like, what in the world? Why did we have Bianca lose? Yeah, man, I'm mad about that. The match was great, don't get me wrong. I'm giving that a B-. Like, that ending was terrible. How did we have Bianca lose to Bayley and then I don't even want to go there. I already broke my window with my TV. I can't throw many other things. My girlfriend would get mad if her dog went flying out after. But hey, whatever. We got all the grades in. I want to be done with this show. Let's take a look at the report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B. That's right. An 86%. Man, even though that main event was just atrocious, everything is okay. Mr. Marshall here is still doing good, and I'm not single yet. So what do you know? Well, hey, I thank y'all all for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. If you don't, I don't really care either way. Hey, everybody stay safe, and have a nice day.